Oh, I can't even hold it. I can't even hold it. Oh. Is this a thumbnail? Where's my wine? Do I dare? Oh, I don't want to have someone here with me. She knows. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, I've got it. Oh my god, it's gonna fall. Don't fall yet until I've got the thumbnail. Oh god, it's really gonna fall. Oh god! Hi everyone, welcome back to How to Train Your Gavin. If we've all recovered from the intro, I do want to talk about all the books that I want to read in February, if any of those books survived. Before I even really begin, please let me know down in the comments how you're doing, what's going on, what you're reading in February, and all the plans that you have next month. So I personally am doing okay. December was a really bad month, but January has picked up and I feel like 2023 has started off pretty well. I really don't want to jinx it, but alas, I've got to state the facts when the facts are there. And January is going very well, so hopefully I can keep this momentum in February. I'm scared of February, not gonna lie. Every single February, for some reason, my channel just doesn't do that well. It's usually the month where I get the least amount of views, the least amount of subscribers, the least amount of watch time, everything across the board. So hopefully, in the words of S Club 7, I can bring it all back to you and make February 2023 the best February I've had yet. Who's with me? So talking about book clubs first, I am taking part in a couple. I'm doing a Patreon book club. I have my own book club with my patrons, and we do middle grade for 2 months and then adult and YA for 2 months. And the middle grade book we're reading for February and March is The Last Quintista by Donna Barbara Hagira. And we are so excited for this because this is middle grade sci-fi, okay? This is like middle grade, at least I think it is. It sounds like it is, just judging from the synopsis of this book. So this is set in a world where Earth is destroyed, and we follow Petra and her family as they are one of the few chosen to go to another planet. This is set hundreds of years later and half a galaxy away, and Petra wakes up to find out that Earth has been forgotten, and all of the stories, all of the memories of Earth are held within her, and she must be the one to, I guess, tell these stories. I'm really looking forward to this, and I know my patrons are excited for it too. If you'd like to join my Patreon, I do have a link in the description box. We are doing quite a lot of book clubs this year. We're doing the Final Strife as our YA and adult book club for March and April. If you want to check that out. And we do movie nights and true crime and wine nights interchangeably every Sunday, and they are like the highlights of my week, honestly. And honestly, that's where all my wine goes. I've barely got any left on my actual videos. Ugh. But yes, we are reading this in February and March, and we will have the live show for it at the end of March. And then I was asked by my wonderful friend Kayla from Books and Lala if I wanted to be part of the February book club pick for the Literary Dead book club, which is Finlay Donovan Jumps the Gun, which is the third book in the Finlay Donovan series by El Cosimano. Now, I haven't read the second book yet, which is Finlay Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead, so I'm going to read this one in the month of February, and then I believe the live show might be March 4th. I think that was what Kayla said in the announcement video, which I will link down below. And the third book comes out at the end of this month, so I don't have my hands on it yet, but I will most likely end up reading the third book at the end of February, start of March, in order to get caught up for the book club. So excited for the live show, but so excited to dive into the other Finlay Donovan books. I read the first Finlay Donovan book in, was it November? I've already lost track of time. I think it was November when I read Finlay Donovan. What is it called? Is Killing It. I read that in November and absolutely loved it, gave it 5 stars. It follows Finlay Donovan through a random series of events, becomes a hit woman. She is a writer, but someone accidentally mishears her and thinks she's a hit woman. And I mean, Finlay Donovan needs to make some money, right? So yeah, it's a great time. It's a great time. I might end up rereading the first one as well before jumping into the second one and third one. Do I have the time? I don't know. You saw all the books that I toppled over at the start of this video, so we'll see if I get to rereading the first one. Do I need to? I don't think so. So those are the 2 book clubs that I have to focus on in February. So moving on from book clubs, just general books then. I do still have Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin to read. I mentioned this in my January TBR because I'm going to Paris next week, which will be January 30th. And I believe I will most likely get most of this read in the last 2 days of January, but I do have the first couple of days in February in Paris. So I might end up reading this at the start of February too, but I thought I would quickly mention it in this video since the Paris vlog will be the first February video I will be putting out on YouTube. So this one is set in 1950s Paris. I believe we follow David and he's waiting for his partner to come home. However, he ends up falling in love with an Italian called Giovanni. I should have known that just from the title. I've been told to bring tissues to this one, so I obviously haven't cried enough on my channel this past month. Oh man. So it'll be interesting to see if I have any more tears to give. I don't think I do, but I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. Oh, but just imagine reading this in Paris with a glass of red wine. And also a fun footnote as well, but Beth from Booksnest and Sabine from Sabine's Book Nook are joining me in Paris too now. This is just like the best thing ever. Honestly, like it was the most spontaneous thing. I was supposed to go by myself. And through a random series of events, it turns out that we're going to go on a bit of a girls' trip. A bit of a girls' night out in Paris, you know? But as I say in 2023, be spontaneous. Do things that you're passionate about and excited to do. Don't hold yourself back. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, so I might need your help on this one. But I am planning on doing a 100% straight man reads Colleen Hoover, but does it Hoover his Colleen, if you know what I mean. Is that right? Is that the title of the video? Colleen his Hoover. Oh, I got it the wrong way around. A 100% straight man reads Colleen Hoover, but does it Colleen his Hoover. Like, that is my kind of... Like, that's just the stupidest video. But I had the title, and I was like, you know what? Actually, that sounds kind of funny. Let's just do the video. So that's why I'm reading Colleen Hoover in February, okay? I have 3 Colleen Hoover books on my TBR. I have them on my bookshelves. I want to get them read so I can either just move on completely and just, like, cast Colleen Hoover aside, or I might end up really enjoying these. Who knows? So I have these 3 books. I have All Your Perfects, which for some reason, it looks like there's blood on the side of this. I don't know why. I don't know why there's blood. I mean, it could just be food, but my mind instantly went to blood. So I think there might be blood on the side of that. I don't know why that happened. I don't know where it came from. And then I also have It Ends With Us, and I have November 9. So these are the only 3 Colleen Hoover books that I own. So, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So I would love to just knock these out, but I think I might only get 1 or 2 read. So please can you let me know if you've read any of these 3, which one you think I should prioritize in the video down below in the comments. I would really appreciate that, especially since I do have quite a lot to read in February. I think it's probably best I do just say how I get on, you know? Start with the one that a lot of people recommend first, and then work my way down, you know? So that's what I'm going to do. Don't know what any of these are about, and I don't think I'm going to try and regurgitate any of them to you. It's Colleen Hoover. You know who she is. Millions of people have done videos on her books before. I mean, what can I say? We need a straight man's opinion on this matter. We don't have enough of those opinions on the internet. That video is going to be a mess. Another video that's going to be a 100% mess as well is my Gossip Girl video. So I do have all 14 Gossip Girl books by Cecily von Ziegesar. I will figure out the pronunciation when I read the books. And I did do a poll, I think it was back in July 2022, and it was the Vampire Diaries versus Gossip Girl, and I wanted to know which one you guys wanted to say first, and you guys voted for the Vampire Diaries. And I did just recently put up my Vampire Diaries video, so thank you so much for voting for that. It was an absolute freaking train wreck, and I hated every single book. But Gossip Girl, I have every faith that I will love these. At least these books aren't 500 pages long like a lot of the Vampire Diaries books were. These are relatively short. I feel like I'll be able to get through these very well, and I am actually really excited to read these, believe it or not. Gossip Girl is iconic, and have you seen Mike's Mike? Have you seen Mike's Mike doing his Gossip Girl videos right now? I feel like this is the perfect time to read the Gossip Girl books, because Mike's Mike is uploading recaps and reviews on every single season, and he's done the first 2 seasons. Just watched season 2 today. Fantastic, brilliant, absolute work of art. And I just want to kind of channel my inner Mike's Mike and read all of the Gossip Girl books. So pray for me. And I don't know how different this is going to be to the TV show. It's most likely very different. But yeah, we follow a group of Upper East Siders, and they are essentially well, targeted by Gossip Girl, somebody who releases leaked information about them. I genuinely don't know if it's that similar to the books. But I imagine with it being called Gossip Girl, it is. Not only am I reading, well, I think there's 12 main books, one prequel book or something like that. Oh yeah, this one, the Gossip Girl prequel, It Had to Be You, that's a prequel. I got all of these secondhand off eBay, by the way. But not just those books, but I also have the Gossip Girl Psycho Killer book, which is a retelling of the first Gossip Girl book, where there is a serial killer among them. And it's essentially a slasher. It's Gossip Girl meets Scream. Like, what? What? This was a little bit harder to get hold of, but I managed to get it. And this is written by the original author as well. Like, she re-envisioned her original book if there was a serial killer on the loose. How perfect is that? I already feel like this is going to be a 5-star. Now, I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like this is going to be a 5-star book. Gossip Girl Psycho Killer. Like, this is genius. This is absolute genius. All the Gossip Girl books are going to be read in February. That's my big February project. And I'm going to upload that video towards the end of the month, so I don't have the pressure of trying to cram in Gossip Girl all in like 1 or 2 weeks. With the Vampire Diaries, I uploaded the vlog halfway through the month, and that meant that I had to cram so much of it in like 2 weeks, and it didn't really work that well for me. So having the freedom of the entire month for Gossip Girl will mean I will most likely enjoy the reading experience a lot better than I did with the Vampire Diaries. Fingers crossed, anyway.
Sabody Archipelago.
Sabody Archipelago. Archipelago. Right, I am trying to get the pronunciations correct on all of these things. However, next I will be tackling 2 arcs of One Piece by Ichiro Oda. Okay, so Thriller Bark is the first arc that I'm going to be reading in the month. And then the Sabaody Archipelago arc? Sabaody Archipelago. Sabaody Archipelago? What is it? Grand Line Review.
Sabody Archipelago.
Sabody Archipelago. Sabody Archipelago. Archipelago. Archipelago? Sabody Archipelago. Sabody. One more time.
It took a rather spooky turn on Thriller Bark, and this week it's time to explore the absolutely crazy events of Sabody Archipelago.
Archipelago. Sabody Archipelago. Got a first time. Wow. So yeah, those are the 2 arcs that I'll be reading for One Piece. And that means I will be reading volumes 46 through to 53 of the manga. Very excited about this. Honestly, I'm not even joking about how... Stop, because I'll get emotional again. I'm not even kidding. This series made me cry. Actual hard tears in January. I finished the Enies Lobby arc. Oh my god, I haven't cried so much at a story, I think, ever. I still have the post-Enies Lobby arc to read as a film in this video, but that will be done by the end of January, so it's not included in this video. And I'm scared. I'm scared I'm gonna cry again. I don't want to cry. But I kind of do, but I kind of don't. So I can't tell you how much I absolutely freaking adore One Piece. I'll not explain what it's about again, because I mentioned this in every TBR video, because I am reading through One Piece for the very first time. And I'll be getting up to volume 53 in February. I can't believe that. I started reading in September. And I'm going up to volume 53. There's 101 published volumes at the minute in English. I'm going to be like over halfway. Oh, well, in terms of published volumes. But like, I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm just excited for the Thriller Bark and Sabaody Archipelago. Did I say it right? Did I? Archipelago? Sabaody Archipelago arc. I'll get it right eventually. And even though this series I'm mentioning next is the last set of books I'm reading in this video, there will most likely be some mood reads and some different books read in the month of February too. So given volumes 1 through 7, I want to read this and maybe compare it to Heartstopper, because every single time I mention this series, I always compare it to Heartstopper. It's only because it's like a gay high school romance, essentially. That's the only comparison I can make. And these are about guys who are in a band, and it's already so different, Heartstopper. But I just keep comparing it. So I want to read all 7 volumes that are out so far in English and do a vlog on it. I'll not be doing chapter by chapter review like I have done for everything else manga related. So it will just be like a nice, fun, maybe a spoiler-filled video, maybe. That's the only way I can talk about books these days. And this is the reason why I can't really do wrap-ups anymore, or just random general vlogs, because I can't talk spoiler-free about books. I can't do it. I don't have the vocabulary range to do it. I keep repeating myself every single time. Oh, this book was good. The writing was beautiful. I like this part of the book, but I can't talk about it because of spoilers. I hate doing that. I do it all the time and I hate it. So this is why I'm like, it's probably going to be a spoiler-filled video. But it is a romance. It is like a manga romance. So I guess when you talk about spoilers, it's not really like spoilers, right? It's about like Heartstopper. You can't really spoil Heartstopper. And again, I'm comparing the two. I need to stop this. But yes, 7 volumes. I'll probably do this in a weekend, in all honesty. It's going to be fun. It's going to be so fun. And that's it for now, I think. I always feel like I've missed something. But that is a whole lot of books anyway, so I'll be busy. I'll be very busy in February. But that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave all the comments down below. Let me know what you're reading in February. Are you partaking in any readathons? Partaking in any book clubs? Let me know everything. Let's chat. Let's chat. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel. If you'd like to join my Patreon or follow me on any social media, then all the links are down in the description box. But yeah, I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye. Cheers.